good, peoples? TGI Friday. Another Friday, guys. More work. More work to distribute, baby. Open sessions and giveaways, man. Yeah, let me get these groups in, man. Yes, sir. Douglas Bend in the building. What's going down, man? My man Douglas Bend in the building. Philly Kid in the building. Mark Guillory rolled up. We got my man Few Textures rolled up. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all come in early, y'all get your shout outs. Don't come in late and expect me to shout you out. You can't have it both ways. Real talk. You can't be sick and don't go to school and then want a smoke break. No. No, you don't go to school. You don't get a smoke break. You feel me? Brian Breezy in the building, baby. Just trying to get this energy up. Ready to put the beats on y'all today. Got my man MG Raider in the building. And I'm hoping to get my last week's guy, Andre the Torch, that hasn't been on the show yet. But I've been on his show. And yeah, I'm going to throw it in his face. I did 3 hours on this joint. I told him all I want is 20 minutes. That's all I want. No more, no less. TGI Friday, man. Big game today. Ohio State Buckeyes, Texas Longhorns. Ohio State's -6. They were up 7-0. They scored on the second drive of the game, and there's been no points after that. In a game that a lot of people thought was going to be a lot of points, it's only 7 points. And with about 2 minutes left before the half, Texas about to get the ball in good field position. A lot of ball game left on this, but, you know, let's just hope it stays the way it stays, man. Keep Baker in the building. What's going down? Keep Baker in the building. Yeah, just shouting everybody out before we start this marvelous show on January 10th of 2025, guys. Yes, sir. All right, let me take these off, and then we can start moving forward. Now that I got a lot of people's checked in, and people's want information, and information, you best to believe, is what I got for y'all, man. All right, let me turn this off real quick. Before I start anything, Esa Loca just popped up. My man Reginald McAllister, my umpire buddy, representing ATL. Steve Levine in the building, Philadelphia kid. Bad news for you guys, but I'm going to explain it to y'all in a little while if y'all stay tuned to hear what I got to say. But like I said, I want to definitely reach out to my aunt again. Rest in peace. It makes a week. I'm week and change now, and you know, I feel a lot better now, but you know what? Rest in peace to her, man. Salute to Janzy tapping in. Everybody tapping in. God bless y'all. Let's go to the message of the day. Then we're going to start this marvelous show. I need y'all to listen, man. Message of the day. Stop borrowing money from people if you know you can't pay it. Or better yet, if you know you're not going to pay it. On some meatloaf shit. Especially from your peoples. Because what you doing, when you get your peoples, you counting on your peoples not bringing that heat to you. That's why you do it to your peoples. Because if you did it to a dude that you rarely know, you know he coming for you. It ain't no love shit with that. So what y'all do, or a lot, not y'all, but a lot of you guys, you borrow from people that you know you for years, and it's not going to pull out the heat on you. And that shit is whack, man. All you're going to get is bad karma out of that, or you're going to get your top lit up. Because every once in a while, I flip on people I know. I mean, not everybody. There's a lot of people that's family to me that I ain't do nothing to. But there's a lot of people I swung on. So you're going to get that. Because, listen, if you can't pay and you check in every week, and you know, you keep the people posted, nothing wrong with that. But don't come with a story you borrow from your man. You give him the whole fucking story. Akbar Jones in the building. You give him every fucking lie you can make of, and then you don't even attempt to pay your man back after he delivers for you and bails you out of your situation. That's why you get the karma you get. That's why people don't fuck with you the way they fuck with you. Because when you got that grime in you and you disrespect your peoples over money, come on, man. You got lifetime relationships ruined over money. I won't let money ruin me and a guy lifetime unless he fuck me on a deal. But I won't fuck them on a deal. Let's start this motherfucker, man. Just be smarter, guys, man. Don't lose long-time relationships for a few dollars, man. It's just not worth it, man. You got to do, 15 years. You going to terminate that for $300? You going to hide from him? You going to change your phone number? You going to block him on social media for $300? Come on, man. You got to be smarter than that, man. I'm going to just let this beat rock, man. I'm not even going to say no more, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all know work is coming. Y'all know work is coming. Mechanic status. Mechanic status. Building a whole engine today on you motherfuckers. Go to YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York, Nueva York. Shout out to Price Tag Entertainment. Shout out to the Shooter. Shout out to the R. Shout out to Chico Linston. Mech One Beats. Candy Media. I just got Candy Media a client. Just one shout out. Already got him a client. A full-time client at that. And also go to the Al York Sports Show on YouTube. Sportsbook reviews. Snack sessions. And the reviews are also on Instagram. So go to the gram and show love to your boy on the gram. All right, let's start the show, man. Former Baltimore Orioles left-handed pitcher Brian Matusz, who is 27-41 with a 4.92, the number 4 overall pick in 2008, who spent his entire career with the Baltimore Orioles, has left us on Tuesday. I don't have the reasoning for him dying. All I know that he's died. And Agent 37, man, that's crazy young, man. And to be a number 4 overall pick, you didn't live up to that. I would at least thought, I'm not even going to say God like it's God's fault, but I would at least thought he would have lived out at least 100 years for not living up, to the number 4 overall pick for the Baltimore Orioles. So he kind of got done bad twice. Rest in power, Brian Matusz, and God bless you and your family, man. Sad situation here for the young man. Other news, the Detroit Lions are expecting running back David Montgomery, who creates the 1-2 punch, him and Jeremiah Gibbs. Him and Gibbs, man, wow. It's going to be almost impossible to stop that Detroit Lions offense when if Montgomery's 100%, Montgomery's 90%, it's going to be crazy. He had 185 rushes, 775 yards, 12 touchdowns, 4.2 average. Like I said, him and Gibbs create a crazy 1-2 punch. Has missed a few games and now supposed to be back for the first game of the playoffs, which is next week for them because they got a bye week, which helps them more. Other news, I'm not going to touch that. This is for my man Mark Guillory. And last but not least, the Philadelphia 76ers rookie Jared McCain will miss the rest of the season with left knee surgery for torn meniscus. And I feel bad for Steve and the Philly kid because you already got PG-13 getting hurt. You got MB getting hurt. Maxi's not playing every game. And this was like the surprise of the year for this guy. McCain's been averaging 15.3, 2.4 rebounds, 2.46. Was the 16th overall pick for the Philadelphia 76ers. And like they said, when it goes bad, when it rains, it pours. And another bad news for the Sixers, man. Mark Guillory, where you at, man? Yeah, I hear you, Janzy. Janzy's in Atlanta, baby. He said shout him out in Atlanta. We got my boy KGM in the building, ready to rock. Let me see. Let me get my boy in real quick. Oh, he ready, man. He was fucking locked and loaded. Mark is telling me I can't do it that way, so I'm going to try the other way. Hold up. We got Nico in the building. Nico, Oddbot, everybody that didn't call out. Much love. Yeah, Mark. Okay, let me try this way, Mark. Yeah, Mark, it's not giving me no way to bring you in. Turn the phone off and on. You already know what to do, brother. Okay, I'm going to go on. I'm going to try. Okay, come back in, brother. Let's go, baby. I don't need no hesitations. We got to work today. A lot of people watching. Let's give them the business, man. And I'm amped up. I ain't got no room for technical difficulties right now. Real talk, man. Back to the game there. Texas look like they driving. Ohio State playing great defense, man. Still 7-zip. Texas in the red zone, by the way. I didn't know that. They can either tie it or get down 4 points. If they get a field goal, they'll be down 4. They get a touchdown, they can tie it. Okay, I think we got a timeout there. Let me get Mark in the building. Hold up. Okay, this looked like it might work. Hopefully it worked. And I hope I can hear him clearly. Mark, what up, baby?
What's up, big? What's up, big dog?
Okay, I got to put the earpiece this time.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got your joints on?
What's that? No, just a speaker.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you now. You ain't got your joints on, right?
No, you think it make it better?
Yeah, I didn't have to put mine on the last time.
Well, let me see.
Talk to me.
Can you hear me? Is that better? Is that better?
I mean,
okay, cool.
It's a little fuzzy, but I can fuck with it.
Right on.
Okay, real quick, let's just get to it. Hungry sports fans, they don't want to know when is your birthday and last time your woman gave birth to my wife. Yeah, they want sports, man. Let's start real quick. Yesterday, big game yesterday. Let me revoke back to yesterday as the you had the Notre Dame beat Penn State. The Fighting Irish beat Penn State Nifty Lions.
Called it.
Real good game, 27-24. I mean, this game had everything. Started out as an under, a lot of points second half. You had turnovers, you had injuries, Mark. Penn State, I think, didn't have a wide receiver to get a catch. Too bad they didn't have auxiliary Guillory because that would have not happened. But talk to us. Give us your take on yesterday's game, and then we're going to go to today's game with the Longhorns.
Well, I mean, it came down to defense. And I think that when I looked at this game, it's what we talked about last week. I knew Notre Dame was going to win this game against Penn State. Penn State has an awful offense, but they have a great defense. Oh. And what I said last week, Notre Dame was balanced, and that's what you saw yesterday. You saw a balanced offense, and where you saw the balance was not on first down, not on second down, but on third downs. I think this game came down to third downs. You had Notre Dame that was 11 for 17 on third down. And then you have Penn State that was what, 3 for 11 on third down, and that's the difference in the game, honestly, because it was so the defenses were so evenly matched. Because Penn State's defense is better than Notre Dame's defense.
Oh,
but
they were doing
yeah.
It,
man. Remember I said that last week. Penn State's defense is the best defense in the CFP. I mean, that was the best defense in the playoffs this year. But their offense could.
Two teams tonight balling. It's 7-7 at half, and they're showing a lot of defense here in this game.
It's good. It's tight. I think Ohio State's going to open this up in the second half.
I hope so.
Remember what happened against Arizona State with Texas. So the game is tight right now. Ohio State is actually playing tight. Defense is balling. They hit. But last night, no catches by the wide receivers by Penn State. That's indicative of the kind of offense that they have. But like I said, that third down killed them. And then Notre Dame also missed a field goal. Notre Dame's field goals have been tragic all season. They've gone before the Orange Bowl. Their kickers were only 13 for 24. So homeboy was 2 for 3 yesterday.
He solidified the field goal game.
Right. Yeah. He was 2 for 3 last night. 2 for 3 last night. He did miss a field goal though.
Right.
And then also Notre Dame had 3 picks. There's some bogus calls that occurred. They got 1 pick in the fourth quarter late, but they actually had 3 picks. One was a fantastic pick, and I'm not sure if the dude touched the receiver. I know you can't turn around and touch a receiver and block their vision and touch them, but I'm not sure he touched the receiver though. So that should have been a pick right there.
Yeah.
So Penn State got some calls.
Yeah, but listen, but the rules are the rules. You got to at least jerk your neck a little bit. He never jerked his neck, man.
Which is true, but did he touch him though? You can block. You can't touch.
It was bullshit. Look, it was bullshit. The little bit he touched him, but the fact that you like this all over him and you ain't like look for the ball, they always gonna call that, bro.
But I love. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, for Penn State, number 44 is a beast. I love that dude. He reminds me of a John Riggins and Mark Bavaro in one player. That dude is a beast. The way he ran over the safety from Ohio State was an incredible play. He pancaked the dude and probably could have kept on running if he had kept his feet. But he's an incredible. He actually kept Penn State alive. I mean, that dude single-handedly kept Penn State in the game. But the game turned out like the way I thought it was going to turn out. It was a tight game. But Notre Dame, the balanced team and the best team that played that day, whether you think Notre Dame is better or not, or they're not the best, they're like one of the worst teams in this 4-pack. The best team that day won that game.
It was key that Leonard came back.
Oh yeah.
And I thought he was done. They had Angelica in there. I was calling him Angelica. He wasn't going to beat Penn State, bro. So Leonard came back, and let me give you some numbers. Leonard went 15 for 23, 223, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Jeremiah Love, 11 rushes, 45 yards, 1 touchdown. And then you got Great House, 7 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. We're going to pivot to Penn State. Drew Allen, 12 for 23, 155, 1 pick. Nick Singleton. They had a 2-back attack, too, by the way. Both of their backs are good for Penn State. I heard it coming back. That's what I heard. Nick rushes 83 yards, 3 touchdowns. The receiver had 6 receptions for 75 yards. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish team I picked to go to the chip is in the, and I think you said they choke more than anybody, and we here. So I'm happy to say that
historically they do choke, but I did pick them to go. And right behind you, you didn't see it because you were talking. Ohio State took one to the house. It's 14-7 now. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was watching it happen. That's why I was laughing.
Give me no good news, my man. It's the first good news you ever gave me, man. Okay, listen. Great game. Penn State coach Franklin got nothing to be sad about. Yes, he could have got the ball to the receivers, but overall, it wasn't his fault that Allen threw that pick late for the winning drive. You can't blame Franklin for that. Allen just fucking. You don't make that mistake, bro.
Well, and I never seen 2 DBs fall on one play on that 54-yard touchdown. Yeah, one DB that's guarding the receiver, and then the other DB fell down on a pivot move by the receiver after he caught the ball. 2 DBs fall down, 54-yard touchdown by Notre Dame. That actually won the game. Right. That was the winning touchdown right there.
Hey, y'all know what you're talking about. When he broke one of them. And by the way, I heard Rudy was at the game. So whatever that means to everybody, look at the movie Rudy, you're going to know what I'm talking about. I heard he was at the game. So that was like a good luck charm for them. Now we're going to pivot to this game here. Ohio State, Texas Longhorns. Greatly anticipated game. I thought it was going to be a lot of points. But 21 ain't that bad. He scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute to put some points up. So if you're an over guy, you're in the game now.
Oh, yeah.
Go 7-0, you was out of the game. So, real quick, your take on this half, then we're going to move on to our next subject.
Well, yeah, last Friday, I picked Ohio State to win this game. I think that Texas is highly flawed, and they have a great defense. Look, they're a top 5 defense, and it's showing out right now. But Ohio State is playing pretty conservative right now. As I'm looking at the game, Ohio State is hitting. They're hitting hard. They're hitting like some pros.
Both teams are hitting hard.
So I think that Ohio State's going to win this game, but I think they're going to cover 10.5. I don't think it's going to be close at the end.
Closed out about 5-6.
Oh, I thought it was minus 10.5. Okay.
Closed out 5.
Oh, wow.
It was 6. It closed out. A lot of people were betting Texas big late, dropped down to 5. And
I must have read it.
I might have seen a live spread because when they went up 7-0.
Yeah. Okay, that must be what I saw. But I think that this Ohio State team, again, is a stronger team. I think Texas is flawed, and Texas gets worn out. Arizona State wore them out. Remember, Arizona State didn't make a big comeback until the fourth quarter when Texas was up 17-3 on Arizona. It was 24 24-11. Yeah, so we'll see Ohio State come on strong later in this game.
They got tired. I think they took their foot off the pedal.
Nah, I think they got worn out. They got worn out.
Man.
No,
they didn't say they foot off the pedal. They thought they beat the Sun Devils, and Scatterbo and them had other plans and almost damn near stole the game, right or wrong. But you
I mean that's true. I mean that's true.
Right now, you know what I'm saying?
I mean it should have been. It should have been right now. Hopefully the ankle would have been healthy. But the ankle's healthy, and my boys at Fort Myers getting ready for the Big 12 Pro Day. So we'll see him in the NFL draft. But I think Ohio State's going to win this game.
Let me be clear. Before the playoffs started, I said Texas and I said Notre Dame, my sleeper. But last week I told you I like Ohio State in this contest. I mean, Texas could win. This game ain't over.
True.
But I just like with Ohio State. I like the fact the chip on their shoulder when Michigan beat them and the way they ran over Tennessee and the way who they beat last week again. Who they tortured last week again? Oregon.
Oh, Oregon. Yeah, I mean, they beat the number one team in the country.
I said Longhorns can't fuck with them, but Longhorns is showing me a lot right now. They showing.
Well, this is all emotion, and this is all emotion. But like I said last week, and like I'm telling you this week, let's see the second half. Let's see Sarkisian have to coach his way into this game, like he almost coached his way out of the game against Arizona State. So I think.
Don't no bad mojo to they could work for Texas. Let's just let it
Texas
happen.
is going down. Texas is going down. They're going down.
Now,
let me say this: if Coach Ryan Day starts getting pass happy and stops running the ball and starts trying to kill him and throw knockout punches, then he's going to let Texas come back into this game. This half should be over. It was 15 seconds to go in the half. 10 minutes, 5 minutes ago, we started talking. Texas is actually trying to throw a Hail Mary right here. I mean, so Ohio State need to tighten up their game. They need to tighten up the game, run the ball against Texas. I mean, she already showed you how you can run the ball in the gaps and off tackle. Do the same thing, Ohio State. Stop playing around with this passing game. Now, you got to take your shots deep to keep Texas honest, but Ohio State can win this game. Now, Day has been known to mess up a game and snatch defeat out the jaws of victory. So we'll see what happens, and that's what he did against Michigan.
One time against Oregon and against Michigan, they just couldn't get it going that whole game. It was just horrible, that game. I seen that whole game. It was just back to back. But Oregon, they really played well enough to win. Michigan, they were lucky that close because I never seen Ohio State this year look that bad. But like I said, ever since that loss to Michigan, they've been world beaters, and I hope they continue the onslaught on the second.
Well, lastly, one of the only ways I thought that Texas could win this game is by special teams. They needed a play, just like Texas needed a special teams play to beat Arizona State. Right. They need a special teams play to beat Ohio State this week, but Ohio State just got a special teams play instead of Texas.
Get the block punt and all that. A lot of stuff is good for the opening.
So
let's pivot, because every time I want to pivot, you like a crab, you put me right back in the crab basket. Let's pivot real quick. I want to go to your man, a guy that you admire. I'm not saying he's your boy, but you always speak good about him. And I like him myself, play linebacker in the National Football League, end up being an interim coach, the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Antonio Pierce. Now, I'm going to read up real quick. He went 4-13 this year, and he went 5-4 the year prior as an interim coach. Now, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to answer them. Is that fair enough for you?
Yeah, sure.
Did the Raiders make the right move? We're going to go one question at a time. Don't move on, because I got other questions you might lead into. Let's answer this question here. Did the Raiders make the right move letting go Antonio Pierce? Go.
Yes. Antonio Pierce, winless in the division, the lowest amount of wins since 2018, last in rushing on offense, although defense was top 10, surprisingly. But Raiders were last in rushing. Game time.
That they didn't sign Josh Jacobs, who was actually the leading rusher of the league a couple years ago.
I wouldn't fault. I wouldn't put that all on AP. I wouldn't put that all on AP. That's part of that's part of the game. But that's the GM's fault. He's fired too. Tom Telesco got fired as well.
Yeah.
So I think they made the right move. I don't think that AP had a future with the Raiders. And actually, I don't think he has a future as a head coach. I don't think he's able to put people around him. Now I know people are gonna be like, hey man.
Moving on. You stop right there. You gave me your reasoning for firing him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Because I know you're gonna lead right into my next question. Because we kind of think alike. So I need to stop you a little ahead. Should have the organization, Mark, at least kept them. I felt, in my opinion, they could have used him as the defensive coordinator. But did you think was the best thing to just break ties with him? Or you think they could have kept him? I don't think he would have been upset knowing that Brady's running everything. But your take, should the organization have kept him at least as a coordinator or like a linebacker coach or something?
No, if you're going to fire somebody, you fire them. You hire somebody so they can bring their own team in.
Right.
It makes no sense to fire a head coach. Let's get it. Let's not get it twisted. AP was still an interim coach. He was staffed as an interim coach and became a full-time head coach. But you're still an interim coach until you change the program. You don't lose that. Even though he was the head coach, he still was the interim coach. So no, as an interim person, when you're the interim, you're the temporary person that's leading the ship. If the ship runs afoul, they're gonna pick somebody else to take your place. That's about life right there.
Okay, so break ties completely.
Yeah, because what are they gonna keep him as? Because he's not. Is he gonna be? If the incoming head coach wants to bring him back, if the incoming head coach wants to bring him back on, that's fine. But you cut ties with him. You cut ties with him.
I think we should bring. I think not we, but they should bring him back.
If he fits within the framework and scheme of whomever the head coach they bring in on a long-term deal. Now we can't keep on firing head coaches, and he was okay as an interim coach, but now the Raiders have a chance to grab a good, solid, long-term head coach they got to stick with. Now, if that head coach wants to bring AP back, then they can bring AP back. You know what? You're right. We're. I don't even think they shouldn't even made him full time. They shouldn't have made him full time.
Everybody still getting paid from y'all. It's all payroll.
That's the Raiders. That's the Raiders. And I don't care if they gave Gruden 2 years. Gruden won a Super Bowl, so Gruden even in his record is not a winning record with the Raiders. Other than what he did, 20 years ago, he still he still took teams to the playoff and won a Super Bowl. So I'm not there's two different worlds there. And then he wasn't an interim guy. He came in as a head coach. He's proven he took the Raiders to a Super Bowl and actually had a 2-time MVP at quarterback and had the top offense for 3 years in the NFL 20 years ago. So Gruden's a whole different story. So we can't compare Gruden to AP because AP was an interim coach. He was a college coach that was a special teams coach or defensive coordinator. He can't even be a college coach anymore because he's suspended for 8 years. So he can't go back to the college ranks. Actually suspended for 1 year. He got sanctioned by the NCAA and he became a pro coach.
Barstool just paid him a lot of money. I don't think he want to go nowhere right now. But listen, before we leave off this subject,
Bill Campbell took the Raiders to the Super Bowl. That was Gruden's team, though.
I got 2 questions for you. Forget about what we just talked about. We're moving on, brother.
Bill Callahan, excuse me.
Who you think is going to be the Raider coach? 1, and 2, who does my man MG Raider want to be the Raider coach? So we're doing one at a time. Go ahead.
Well, I would like an offensive coordinator to come in as head coach to be around. Ben Johnson. I like Ben Johnson. Okay. I like Vrabel. But if no, not McCarthy, not at all. I want Robert Saleh. I like that guy from the Jets. I think he should have been fired.
To coach the Raiders next
year. If we can get Ben Johnson, that'd be great. Okay. If we get Ben Johnson to build that offensive round.
Realistically, it's going to be the coach. I'm hearing Pete Carroll. I'm hearing McCarthy. And there might be a couple other names. Who you think they're going to get? Not who you like. Who you think is going to be the coach? Realistic.
I think they want Vrabel, and Vrabel's going to bring in a new GM that he's worked with already and his whole team. Vrabel will bring in an entire squad of coaches. So that's who I think should be the Raiders head coach. But the problem with that is that other teams want Vrabel to do the same thing for their squad too. New Orleans wants that. New England wants that. The Bears want that.
Crap about to pay him too.
Right. So that's unfortunate. So I'm not sure if the Raiders are going to have that much money to pay, but they might just put 4 coaches on that. Now, here's the thing. This next pick has to be the money pick. This is Vegas, right? This next pick has to be the money pick. You can't change coaches for the next 5 years.
What's their number again?
What's that?
What's their status on the draft?
They draft number 6, and I think they have 1, 2, and 2 3s, and 2 4s, a 5, and 2 6s.
That game they beat your team really hurted them, right?
Oh man, that was a stupid. I think when you do stuff like that, you shouldn't talk. Like he talked like we're about winning, but I mean you were 3-11, man. Talking about you're about winning. You can't be 3-11 talking about we trying to win. We're about winning, and you're 3-11. Don't say that. Don't say that, and you go 4-13. Don't say we about winning, and then you win games. You win 2 out of the last 3 games, and you jump out of the number 1 position. Now, I don't mind where they are. The number 6 position is going to be, it's going to be wealthy, and they're going to be able to get a good wide receiver or a good quarterback. They need a franchise quarterback, and I'm not sure a franchise quarterback's in the first round either. So
Logan, but I heard he's gonna get a veteran quarterback, and then get maybe like a receiver or running back, whatever offensive line. They're not gonna back again. The quarterback, then go out because right now at number 6 they might not get the top 3 quarterbacks, so they want one of the top 3 for sure. Top should door.
Yeah.
Wants to door 10. And that people don't think that happen, but that's why people better. But real quick, your last word on this topic, then we're gonna shift.
Well, I just think that firing AP was a good move for the organization. I understand the implications with black coaches in the NFL, but also there's a business decision that needs to be made too. You don't just hire black coaches because he's black. You hire a coach to win games.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you got to win games. Whether you're a black coach, white coach, green coach, yellow coach, you have to win games to keep your job. That's what you have to do in your regular life. You can't burn burgers and work at McDonald's. They'll fire you. So, you got to win games. Now, if you're last in rushing, you go 4-13, as an interim coach, you're not going to last very long. So, I think he made a huge mistake by selecting Luke Getsy as his OC. That was another thing that bothered me. He just made poor decisions with people he put around. Sometimes you could judge, especially in coaching, you judge coaches by who they put around them. That's how good coaches they are. If you look at the great ones, they always have great people around them.
Yeah. All I'm saying is they ain't shut him up to win, bro.
Maybe not, but maybe he wasn't. Maybe
he was the interim coach. They had some pieces there. They had Adams, all these kind of pieces, whatever. But when he became the full-time coach, they had no real running. You know, the Adams situation was getting crazy. I knew it was going to be a bad shit. They ain't set him up to win, dog. And you cannot blame a coach for that. But at the end of the day, if you're 4-13, it doesn't matter. You're getting changed.
Look, when you're the Raiders coach, you have to. You can actually. One more point. No, one more point. When you're the Raiders head coach, you have to score points. The Raiders have to score points. That Raider Nation wants to see touchdowns.
Right.
You can't. We've had good and bad defenses, but the one thing you have to know as a Raider head coach is that you have to score, and you can't average 16 points a game and expect to keep on being the head coach. And that's what he did. He averaged 16 points a game. That offense couldn't. That offense was terrible. It was terrible.
Cardinal and Gardner Minshew and expect to have a winning record. It's not going to happen either. Not with the setup they had out for him. Now I like O'Connell as a backup. I like Minshew as a backup. But these ain't your premier starters, bro. You know that. I know that. Let's close it right here. Choose one and why. You ready for choose one and why?
Yes, sir.
Anything else you want to touch on the sports life besides the Antonio Pierce? Anything else you think that you might want to throw a light on?
We're good. We're good. No, everything's looking good. I mean, we're talking.
Tell you that because you're a thinking man and you always got something on your mind.
Well, I just sticking on the Raiders. The Raiders have to score on this next coach. They can't change. You can't expect to be a winning franchise and keep on changing coaches. You have to make good picks. And
Brady gonna change all that. I'm telling you right now.
And he is changing the culture. I can see it right now. He's changing the culture. But
he gonna see. This is what I'm saying. He gonna set him on the path to win.
Correct.
Tony O'Neill wasn't even set up on the path to win. He was set up on the path to get worse. That's going to be the difference. But, okay, let's move on because, listen, we killed this topic. We not even nothing else to talk about. Let's go to choose one and why. Tell me when you're ready.
Let's go.
Running backs. One of your favorites. Brian Westbrook, a.k.a. B. West. Or Reggie Bush, a.k.a. the Messiah. I have to bring him back. I think this is a better matchup than the last matchup. I like this matchup better. Who and why?
I gotta go with Reggie Bush. I've watched Reggie Bush since his freshman year at USC in person when I was in LA, and the most exciting, the most explosive running back in my lifetime. I hadn't seen all the running backs that predated my birth, but Reggie Bush. I'm gonna take him into college, and I'm gonna take him in the pros.
And Brian Westbrook that can also do all the things that Bush did: punt return, running back, all kind of shit.
I mean, I like Westbrook too. Great system back, durable, great durable back. I just don't think he was as explosive as Reggie Bush, and as exciting of a player.
That right there says it right there. He wasn't as explosive. I like that. We're going wide receivers. Quentin Jones, a.k.a. Julio, or Andre Johnson, a.k.a. the Natural. Who and why?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go Andre Johnson. I love me some.
But I think Julio will get there.
Julio will get there, but Andre Johnson was just just number one, built like a built like God wanted to make a wide receiver, and he wanted to make the best specimen ever. And also just had the hands, great route runner, could go deep, intermediate, and short routes. Just had a really great career. And I like. This one is so tight because I love Julio Jones too. But who would I rather have on my team? I'd rather have Johnson. I'd rather have Johnson on my team than Julio if I had to pick one.
This is a tough one. let me tell you, bro. There was a time I watched both of them in their prime. You couldn't stop Julio, though. They could contain Andre Johnson. Contain meaning not let him have a blow-up game. He maybe a little 70 yards, 75. They were double, triple teaming Julio. Now, they did keep Julio out the end zone for a year when he had like 3 touchdowns. Triple teaming them. You can't score with a triple team, bro. But to me, when you could cause a triple team, that tells me how important how good you are. Would you agree with that?
I'd agree with that.
I got to go Julio. All right, we're going to our last one. You need 1 yard. Who gets the ball, Mark Guillory? Frank Gore, a.k.a. the Inconvenient Truth. The Inconvenient Truth. I thought I misspelled it here. I'm like, what the hell did I do? Frank Gore, a.k.a. the Inconvenient Truth. Or Marshawn Lynch, a.k.a. Beast Mode. Who and why?
I'm from the city of Oakland, so you know who I got. I need 1 yard. I'm going to talk about the 1 yard that the Seattle Seahawks needed in the Super Bowl that they decided to pass the ball instead of running Marshawn Lynch, who got them down there to the 1. So Marshawn Lynch, without a doubt, this is not even an argument. If I want 1 yard, I'm going Marshawn Lynch. Dude is like a ping pong ball, a bowling ball, in one dude. He can bounce off dudes. He's shifty. He's explosive, but he's like powerful. He's gonna give me that yard. Gore needs blocking. Marshawn Lynch could do it on his own, and it's just proven. The Seahawks would have won a Super Bowl if they'd given Marshawn Lynch that 1 yard, which your boy Pete Carroll did not do. That's why I do not want him to be the coach of the Raiders.
Wow, that was horrible. Well, I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't think Gore needed the line like you think. Gore's a ball. The only thing is Beast Mode's an animal. Beast Mode is an animal. I'm going to bring it back when you play your team. When your team hosted the game, they had like a 7-9 record. Seattle was 10-6. And he had a run where he threw about 3 of you guys out the fucking way, jumped in the touchdown, grabbed his nutsack on y'all. Y'all dirty. Marshawn did y'all dirty. I'm going to be Beast Mode, but I'm telling you right now, it's so underrated, it's not even funny. He's like top 3 in all-time yardage, and nobody knows that shit.
Right. That's exactly why I'm picking Beast Mode.
Incredible, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you with Beast Mode. Any last words? We got to close it out for the first half of the show, bro.
Oh man, go Ohio State so we can make my picks come true, and I'm looking forward to. Ohio State should win a Notre Dame Ohio State game. I think Notre Dame might be able to win this chip, man. That'll make history. Number one, number two, that'll be amazing.
Future bet.
Yeah. Notre Dame looks good. Notre Dame looks really good. They play really good ball, and like I said, my boy Jaden Clark, Ryan Clark's son, plays for them, so. That secondary is badass, man. They didn't allow any catches from any receivers from Penn State. That gives the line a lot of time to do the things they need to do. So I'm rooting for Notre Dame to take this to the Mercedes-Benz. Well, it's not the Peach Bowl; it'll be the national championship to win in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and win the national championship. So
I don't know if it's bad because when you said they were chokers and all that kind of
they have been.
Hold up.
They have been.
Now you own them. I'm thinking that might be a bad thing, man. I kind of want
Well, they have been chokers, but like this new coach Freeman, he turned the ship around. They're not choking you. Well, they choked against Northern Illinois, but as I read. The head coach.
You shot him down. I mean, Bazooka shooting him down that day. I bring that up.
Well,
that go. They blew everybody out after that. You said, I don't care. You can't lose to that team. And look,
you can't lose. But he learned his lesson. Whatever they did in that game, they ain't done no more.
Let me ask you something before you hang up. should the coach of Northern Illinois, I think they got a $2 million raise by winning that game. Something happened where they was able to get money by winning that game. It's some incentive they had or something by beating the top 25 teams. Should he get an additional incentive if Notre Dame wins it all?
He probably should.
I mean,
I think Freeman might owe him a little money. I think Freeman might owe him.
Okay.
Because they haven't lost. They haven't lost since that game, and they look like a totally different team since that game. Even before that game, they weren't winning very decisively. And they lost that game. Everybody counted them out, even me. But they've won every single game after that.
Blowing everybody out. Mark, last word I got to tell you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I want you to get used to saying these things. Living by them. You told me Spotify. I want a little more out of you, brother.
Spotify.
Everybody I bring on, I'm giving you all my audience that I worked for 8 years. The least I can get is that you will share a couple of things and comment. That's all I ask. I don't want no paycheck. I don't want no money. I don't want no pat in the back. Just, let's help each other out, brother.
Hey, jump on Spotify. Jump on Spotify and stream some of the stuff on Spotify too, as you do on YouTube and everything like that.
Gotcha.
And I'm on Spotify. It's a Twitter alternative, and it's a nice space, man. They have great sports things going on. They have live sports shows and everything like that. So you can do this live while watching the game, not on video but by voice. So just check it out.
But for the meanwhile, go on my side, hit those buttons for me, all right?
I'm gonna hit like tomorrow. Like.
Last week, great job this week. You do a great job all the time, but we went a little deeper the last couple of weeks. You got to admit that.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, I love it, man. I can't wait to come back on. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Our 5-minute intermission. MG Raider hold it down. Now we waiting for Andre the Torch. Peace out, MG Raider. Okay, guys. Guys, I'll be back in 5 minutes.